Welcome to Bible teaching. Today we are starting the book of Genesis, the first book of the Bible. Genesis is about the creation of life, the study of science, biology, chemistry, and physics. But the most important and compelling idea in the book of Genesis is faith in the creator of life. Faith is the basic and essential ingredient to begin a relationship with God. The Christians were called believers before they were called Christians. Believer is a distinguishing mark for a Christian. Faith is the action to begin to repair a relationship with God. The Bible says that everything originated from God. For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones, dominions, rulers, or authorities, all things were created through him and for him. The Bible clearly says that everything was created by Jesus Christ. The famous words, "In the beginning, God." The DNA code of information was created by God, the source of life. Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." The outline of Genesis over 2,000 years, from chapters 1 to 11, about the creation, the fall, the flood, to the Tower of Babel. There were one people with one language, divided into many languages and many nations. Chapters 12 to 36 is about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the great patriarchs. In chapters 37 to 50 is about Joseph. In each event, we can see God's divine providence working as the creator. The 7-day creation week. 4 days, God prepared the environment. In 2 days, he populated the earth. The 7th day was created as a memorial of creation to commune with the Creator. God created man in his own image. Man became of infinite value, endowed with dominion, blessings, and meaning to rule over nature. God created his vast domain with unlimited opportunities and endless life. The big ideas in Genesis. God created everything in the universe good and in perfect harmony, but sin entered and disrupted the harmony, bringing death, the opposite to life. God came and offered the first solution and the first promise. Now there is a new beginning, faith in that promise. Jesus came 4,000 years later as the second Adam and performed many miracles. He healed the sick, forgave sins, cast out demons, and raised the dead. The disciples asked themselves, "Who is this that even the wind and the waves obey him?" There is no picture of God because God is a spirit. Faith is the most important topic taught by Jesus in the Gospels. Jesus' constant focus upon himself as the only source of salvation. "Come to me, follow me, believe in me. I have overcome the world. I am God, the Messiah." Genesis has literal examples of people who believe God and people who did not believe God. Noah believed God and built an ark to save his family. Preached 120 years, the flood came and took them all away. Unbelief is deadly, is a supreme sin and deadly. Abraham was 100 years old and believed in the supernatural birth of Isaac and become the father of many nations. When God asked Abraham to offer his only son as a burnt offering, Abraham completely believed and obeyed God. A preview of Jesus being offered by God on Calvary. Joseph, sold as a slave, became in charge of everything in his master's house except the wife. When sexually tempted, Joseph said, "My master has given everything under my care except you, because you are his wife. How can I sin against God and do such a thing?" Joseph believed in God. Joseph believed that God will reveal dreams and that good will triumph over evil. Joseph told his brothers, "God, you intended for evil, but God intended for good. God will visit you and take you back to the promised land. After I die, taking my bones with you back to the promised land." Joseph believed in God's promises. Jesus came as the second Adam and promised to come back and take us home to the promised land, to this new city, the new Jerusalem. Jesus is asking the same question he asked Adam and Eve in the garden. Where are you? Let's have faith in God, our Creator. See you next time on Bible Teaching.